Okay, guys, welcome back to Beautiful Mind today. Okay, so earlier today we were talking about our pullbacks for 4.5%, and our larger ones at 21%. And right now today we pulled back a total of 14%, and we have this really wide wick with the long shooting top and a long shooting bottom. Is this indicative of higher movements up? Or is this indicative of a move down? In these previous moves, we've had all these fake outs that have these long wicks, and we haven't seen one that has been as long and deep yet as this one at our 69 level, which is our all-time high. So expecting, a bit of a pullback here in this period. Again, looking at this at 14%, we've passed the 10% level. We crushed through the 4% level, and it looks like we could be looking for a test of this maybe 20 and 21%. However, just because I say that doesn't necessarily mean that we will have the follow through, even though we have a death cross, and the RSI is turning down. However, the RSI can easily sit down here and we can have another epic move up and break through or retest this area. So I need you to be mindful of that. And just because we have a death cross here and the sellers have stepped in and the buyers have took off, doesn't necessarily mean that we're in for a whole load of percentage pullbacks. But with this in mind, we've seen these wicks like this, and then all of a sudden we have another push up. So are we about to move into another phase here and push up to our March 22nd level at 81, and then of course our February 14th area at 105. So just be wary of that. We're at a crossroads right now. This is a very major milestone. Bitcoin, you know, touched this level several years ago, or 2 years ago, at 65 and 69. So this is a very critical level, and if we get some major rejection from here, then it could be a move back and a retest and a sit on this 49. However, we would certainly need to bust through this area if that were to happen. And with a wide swing like this tells us that we could have a channel that can continue on for 62 days. What would that look like? Because we always have our 62-day counts taking place. So that being said, let me just move this in and let's find out what the chart is saying here for 62 days. Here we go. So our 62 days would take us out to this early May. May 6th has always been a swing top for us, and has usually represented a swing top and a change in trend and a move back down. However, just because I'm saying that May is 6 is always a swing top doesn't necessarily mean that it will be. However, we need to be mindful of this and protect our positions. So just be wary. We could be we could extend, we could break above and have some more extensions or pushes above, in which case that would invalidate our 62-day count here, for a bottom or a swing up. So looking at that, we just need to be mindful that we're at a really critical area, and just keep your stops relatively well placed. What do I mean by that? Well, this is our last swing top. So I would say that, if we had stops somewhere down here, they most likely wouldn't be found. However, that being said, we could have a serious correction from here, and our 21% here would represent 54,000. So breaking that area would be an indication that we would be looking to seek a lower level, and it's possible and likely we could retest this 49 before making another immense swing up. So what would that look like? I mean, at this point, here we've moved up. What does it say here? It says we've moved up 80%. All right. So if we were to move back down to this area here, let's just say we were to sit in this area at our 21% level, and that would be 54. So what would 80% look like? Well, 80% would 80% would take us right into here at this 98 level. Are we going to see this 100,000 level? Well, it's possible if we have a reaction and come down here and sit down, and we don't push any lower, then it just could state that we could be in this next move up. However, I'm stating, 81 by the 22nd, and 106 or 105 by April 14th. So looking at this, it's possible we have a little pullback and sit down before we move back up to these areas and retest the 69 level. So keeping that in mind, keep your stops tight, and just be mindful we're in for a lot of volatility here moving forward. So peace and love. Keep your stops tight, and we'll see you in the next vid. Peace and love.